Change. Brought to you by...
Neville, what are you doing?
Typing up my term project on Malaya.
What year is it due?
I'm doing the best I can. This is Mum's old typewriter.
Here, let me do some of it. I think I can use a few more fingers than you.
Thank you very much. While you're typing that, I can paste a few pictures in.
This is very good.
Mr. Shorthouse helped me. He spent 10 years in Malaya.
In the service of the crown.
Actually, he's led a fascinating life. Did you know, while he was stationed at a post in Africa, he single-handedly stopped a war between two tribes of pygmies. Hello, Mr. Shorthouse.
Oh, hello, Neville.
Come in. Patty and I were just talking about you.
Hi, Mr. Shorthouse. Neville was just telling me that you once stopped a war between two tribes of pygmies. How'd you do it?
Oh, just by employing a little diversionary tactic. Taught the little beggars to play cricket.
Pygmies to play cricket?
Well, I had to cut the wickets down a bit.
Oh, I thought I heard your voice, Willie. Can I make you a nice cup of tea?
Oh, no, thanks very much, Sybil. I just dropped in to leave this blowgun for Neville.
Good heavens.
Mr. Shorthouse is letting me take it to school for my class project on Malaya.
Ingenious weapon, used by the Semang tribe. It's deadly accurate, up to a distance of 100 feet.
100 feet?
Well, of course, you can't expect to get that distance if you're short-winded.
The arrows are tipped with the poisonous sap of the ipu tree.
Oh, my goodness. Do you think it'd be all right for Neville to take that thing to school?
Well, at least his teacher would think twice before he flunked him.
Perfectly all right, it's not loaded. Now, all you do is you put the gun to your lips, and then you fire the dart with a skillfully controlled breath.
Leave it all. Good shooting, Willie. I hope you're not expecting a prize.
You see, I'm terribly sorry, Finch. The houseboy must have forgotten to clean the gun. Beastly servant problem in Malaya.
I've no doubt.
Mr. Shorthouse was helping me with my term project on Malaya.
That's very nice of you, Willie.
Oh, not at all, Finch, not at all. Always pleased to give the lad the benefit of my 40 years of travels in the service of the crown. There you are, my boy.
You should have written a book, Mr. Shorthouse.
Yes, you really should have. You owe the world your memoirs.
Too busy living life to write about it, you know. Always been a man of action.
Churchill managed to find time to write his. They did rather well, I'm told.
It always was my intention to write my memoirs. Trouble is, though, I've got to have somebody to dictate them to. I always dictated my memos to the Foreign Office.
Yes, well, one day, Willie, maybe you'll be fortunate enough to marry a woman like Sybil. She was a wonderful public stenographer before I married her. Then you'll be able to write your memoirs.
Oh, Tommy, that's a marvelous suggestion. I'd be delighted to do it, Willie.
Sybil, I didn't mean for you to take the job.
Oh, I've got plenty of time on my hands.
No, Sybil.
Sybil, that's a smashing idea. I'd be happy to pay the standard rate.
You might become famous, Mr. Shorthouse.
I'm rich, too. Think of the royalties.
Royalties. Delightful word. It has such a ring to it. Like a cash register.
Well, I've still got my typewriter. Let's get on with it.
Sybil, this is ridiculous. You haven't done this sort of work in years.
Tommy, do you mind? These hands have never lost their cunning.
What do you mean you took a job?
Oh, Eddie, I've got plenty of free time on my hands.
My wife working.
Well, what's the matter with that? Sybil went back to work, and she's doing fine, isn't she, Heather?
Yes, she said it was rather exciting working
Oh,
again.
so Sybil gave you the idea.
Yes, she did. And I think it's a very good idea.
What's going on?
Larry, you stay out of this.
What am I staying out of?
You'd go to work and leave this boy homeless
Eddie, I'll be home by 6.
and make a maid out of Heather?
Why don't mind helping? I think it's a wonderful idea.
Well, if you're not concerned about your own son and Heather, you might think about me. What am I going to do without a wife?
It's the same thing you do with a wife. 2 nights a week you're at the Lambs Club, 1 night a week at the Gin Rummy Game, 1 night at Yankee Stadium. That is, if there are no fights on television.
Kathy, don't change the subject.
Eddie, just running this house isn't enough for me.
She's right, Dad. Psychologically speaking, a woman must seek her own identification.
She's got her own identification. A driver's license.
Heather, how did your father react to this?
Well, Mum didn't mention anything about Dad in the
Oh,
letter.
of course not. She's ashamed to say that he moved to a hotel.
Eddie, stop carrying on. Now, I've accepted a job in a pet shop, and I start tomorrow.
A pet shop?
Yes, Chandler's on 68th Street.
Dorothy, how can you do this to me?
Do what?
Well, you know how I've always hated to follow an animal act.
I may say, with all modesty, that few men in the course of history face the situation that I faced then. I may say with all due modesty, don't strike the modesty. Why should I truckle? It's a fact, man. And state it. I may say, few men. Am I dictating too fast for you?
Oh, no, not at all. But aren't your legs getting a bit tired?
Oh, I always think better on the feet. Keeps the juices stirring. Now, let's see, where was I?
I may say.
I've finished this one, Mum. Would you like to check it?
Really, Sybil, you know, these interruptions are maddening.
I'm frightfully sorry, Willie.
But we've got to deliver these to Mrs. Paddleford's garden party. She said they were important.
What could be important to a garden party?
Oh, they're having a lecture on how to cross a yellow daffodil with a wild crocus.
I'll box them and deliver them straight away.
Do you really think that that's more important than my memoirs?
I'm sorry, Willie.
Now,
Mrs. Finch, we're running out of ink.
You find some in the kitchen cupboard, dear.
Thank you.
Sybil, can we please get on with it?
Yes, of course. Now, I may say with all modesty... Oh, no, you've eliminated the modesty. What you've done!
Finch, you clumsy clod!
Now, look here, Willie.
I'll never get my dictation finished now with all these interruptions.
What seems to be your trouble?
Your wife appears to have gone commercial. No longer any time for my slight literary endeavors.
Oh, Willie, don't leave. You now have my undivided attention.
Never in the course of human history...
Was there any mail for me today?
I put it in the china cupboard.
Finch, are there any other matters that require your wife's immediate attention?
Willie, you don't have any real objection to me having my mail sent to this address, do you? I happen to live here.
Either you are running a secretarial service here, or you are not.
I am not.
But I am, so out of the room, love. Out of the room.
Never in the course of human history...
May I have a cup of tea, please?
At a time like this...
Well, Tommy, if you insist...
If I insist. Sybil, I'm talking about tea.
Well, I know it's late, love, but if I could just finish with Willie...
Would you mind going into the kitchen and putting on the kettle for yourself?
Yes, I would mind. There are some things in married life that are sacred. And tea happens to be one of them.
Well, don't just stand there, men. Answer the telephone.
Hello? No, this is not the Finch Secretarial Service. Just hang on a minute. It's for you.
Oh. Hello? Yes? Oh, I shall have to look in my appointment book.
I've had it. I'm going to the pub.
5 o'clock?
Mr. Finch, could you please open this?
Yes, Patty.
And you'd like an hour tomorrow morning? Well, I can manage between 9 and 10. Yes, I serve tea. The address is 8 Birchfield Mews.
Willie! Hold on. I'm coming with you.
Boy, what a way to spend Saturday afternoon. I've got to go shopping with Mom.
At least she didn't make you a maid.
Hi, everyone. May I present Mr. Murphy?
Get him out of here.
Funny-looking canary.
Oh, Larry, he's not a canary. He's a cockatoo.
I said, get him out of here.
Daddy, will you please lower your voice? He's very sensitive.
So am I. It isn't bad enough you took a job in a pet shop, but I don't want you to bring your work home.
Mr. Murphy is a very sick little bird.
Then get him a doctor.
Well, he's not really sick. He's depressed.
Then get him a psychiatrist. There must be some veterinarian with a couch.
See, Mom, don't cockatoos talk?
Yes, they do, but not Mr. Murphy. Oh, he hasn't said one word since they brought him into the shop.
Well, why not?
Well, he's had a terrible experience. The people who owned him got a divorce, and neither of them wanted custody.
One of America's greatest social problems. Cockatoos from broken homes.
Oh, that's very funny, Eddie. Yes, well, this poor little fellow is human, just like everybody else. And he feels so rejected. We'll put him right over here. Yes.
Say, Mom, you think we can make him talk again?
Oh, sure we can. We just have to make him feel at home. Yes, we do, don't we? Yes, he wants to feel loved. We have to encourage him to be more outgoing.
I know how to make him more outgoing. Larry, you open the cage and I'll open the window.
That bird is staying here until he is well.
If that bird stays, I go.
I don't want to discuss it with you anymore. Larry, are you ready to go shopping, dear? Come on. We'll be so late.
Are you going to leave that bird here?
Yes, and you just be nice to him.
That does it. When you get back, only one of us is going to be here. I'm moving to the Lambs Club.
Eddie, you're sicker than the bird.
Sicker than the bird, am I? I'll show it. She thinks I'm kidding, but I'm not. She'll come crawling on her knees to get me back. And then you're out. Murph, I'm back in show business again. And you're my partner. Stick with me, and in 6 months, you'll be naming a bird seed after you. When they get here, don't be nervous. We'll do it just as we rehearsed. Or you'll be a smash, Murph. Do you want to just run over it one more time? Okay, have it your way.
Hello, Mr. Walker. Hi, Dad. I'm gonna go change fresh water. Dad, you didn't let him out. Mama.
Well, you made friends with the bird.
He's not a bird. He's a partner. It's going to be Walker and Murphy. Okay. We'll discuss the billing later.
What's going on?
I got through to him.
You mean he started to talk again?
Better than that. He whistles.
Whistles?
Like a bird. Come on, kids. Sit down. Oh, you're going to see something for free that audiences all over the world will have to pay for. You're on, Murph. All right, now. 1 and 2 and... You for me and me for you. We will raise a family and a girl for me. Can't you see how happy we will be? Don't milk it, Murph.
Well, that's smashing. It's a great act, Dad.
And for an encore, we do a melancholy baby that'll kill you.
You broken the news to Mom yet?
No, I'm gonna let Murphy tell her. She likes him.
Oh, she won't mind? Are you kidding? When she finds out Dad's going back into show business, she'll put him in a cage.
I'll hand your mother the right time, and don't you say a word to her.
Oh, I won't. You can count on me.
And you keep your beak shut, too. Now, Larry, you change the water in the dressing room.
I will, Dad.
And put a copy of Variety at the bottom.
Hey, has Mr. Dale seen this? I bet he could get you a booking.
That's where I'm going now. He'll love it.
He should, Dad.
And it's not a very expensive act. I can take the train, and Murph can fly ahead and meet me.
Good luck, Mr. Walker.
Hi, kids.
Now, not a word about this to your mother.
Not a word about what?
Dorothy, it's always nice to see you.
What is it, Eddie?
Well, it's out now. I wasn't going to surprise you unless you watched the fights on TV with me tonight.
I was right. He is sicker than the bird. Was that Murph?
No, Mom, that was me.
Oh. No, that wasn't you.
No, that was me. You.
Murphy, you're cured. Mom, where are you going? No, I've got to take him back to the shop and show Mr. Chandler. But he may have a relapse.
Oh, no, just listen to it.
We were becoming so attached to him.
Yes, I know. We were all becoming attached to him, but Eddie never will. Oh, I'm so proud of you.
What are you doing?
I better call your father.
Break it to him gently.
Tommy, is there anything wrong?
Oh, did I say there was something wrong?
No, you didn't say anything. In fact, you've hardly spoken to me the entire evening.
I spoke all right, but you probably didn't hear me over the noise of the typewriter.
Now, love, I've tried to explain. It was just this
If
one...
typing be the food of love, type on.
Oh, Tommy, come here and sit down for a minute.
Are you sure you can spare the time?
Come on, sit down.
Sybil, it's after midnight. I've got to get to the shop in the morning.
But, Tommy, I
You
just
seem to
wanted-
forget I've got this little sporting goods store I'm trying to run on the side.
Dear, I don't know what's troubling you. If I thought for one moment...
If you thought for one moment, you wouldn't have to ask. We haven't sat down to a single meal without somebody knocking at the door with a tax report or a will to change.
But, Tommy, when you're a secretary...
Sybil, do I bring my tennis rackets home to string at dinner?
That a secretary is like a doctor. She has to be available.
Sybil, never in my fondest dreams did I ever hope to marry a mimeograph machine. Was that the doorbell?
I think there's someone at the door.
That's Willie Shorthouse with another chapter to dictate. I'm going to give him a proper bashing.
No violence, Tommy.
Yes?
Sorry to disturb you at this hour, but we'd like you to type up a business agreement. Nice and legal looking.
Can't this sort of thing wait until the morning?
It's an emergency. We want to get them typed up before either of the parties change their minds.
I am not the Finch Secretarial Service.
I am. Won't you come in, please?
Thank you, ma'am.
Tommy, would you get my typing paper? It's on the dining room table. Yes. I think I can make this out. Thank you, love. Oh, dear, I shall need another typewriting ribbon. It's in the top drawer upstairs.
Right.
Now, I take it that you'll want a space left below for your signatures.
Right, ma'am. I've changed my mind, Harry.
You what? We've been talking about this since 8 o'clock this morning.
But why should I sell my half of the business for such a paltry sum?
Gentlemen, gentlemen.
We've been partners for 25 years. Don't you think I know what the business is worth?
How would you know? We never sent the books down to the pub.
Now, don't keep calling me a boozer.
I could call you a lot of things, but there's a lady present.
Gentlemen, please. Do you mind keeping your voices down? Someone is sleeping upstairs.
evening, Finch. I saw your light on, and I thought I might just come in and dictate a couple of chapters as long as you're up.
This is not a 24-hour service.
Oh, we didn't get very much work done today, you know, with all the interruptions.
Well, as long as I'm up. The moment I get these papers typed, I'll get my pad.
Good idea.
Sorry to bother you, man, but after 25 years, it's hard to break up a partnership.
Good evening, Mum. Come on, Fred. Let's celebrate.
Oh, well, if you ever want any typing down, you'll know where to find me, won't you? Well, Vinny, I think we'll work in here.
Oh, no, you won't.
Well, I'll keep my voice down, Finch.
You'll keep your voice down in your own flat.
Are you asking me to leave?
Precisely. And I wish to make an announcement. As from now on, Sybil Finch, public stenographer, she's going back into retirement.
And Finch, what makes you think that you have the right to make that decision?
A simple gold band on the third finger of her left hand.
Finch, don't underestimate the independence of an Englishwoman.
The decision is yours, Sybil.
Before you answer, think what Queen Victoria would have done in these circumstances.
I think she would have sold the mimeograph machine.
That's your answer, Willie. Very well. But don't expect an autographed copy of my memoirs.
I'm sorry, love. I should have done that a long time ago.
Well, it made a change from the day-to-day routine.
No, it was very selfish of me. When a husband comes home from the shop, he shouldn't come home to another shop.
You sure you won't mind going back to becoming a housewife again?
Not at all. You can't replace a husband with a typewriter.
Where is he?
Where is who?
Where is he? Oh, Murph, you dog. It's me, Murph. How could you bite the hand that's going to feed you?
Eddie.
You poisoned him against me.
Eddie, this cockatoo is not Mr. Murphy.
No, I thought not. Where's Murphy?
Well, he's at Grand Central Station on his way to Connecticut. I just sold him.
You just sold Murphy?
Yes, and I got a marvelous price for him. As soon as they heard him whistle a verse and 2 choruses of Tea for Two.
Arthur, you just wiped out 2 careers.
Eddie, what are you talking about?
Who do you think taught Murphy to whistle Tea for Two? Mitch Miller?
Eddie, you were working up a routine with Mr. Murphy, and I thought you hated animal acts.
Only one of us is an animal.
Well, I'm glad I sold him. All he wanted was a happy home. He didn't want to play in a lounge at Las Vegas.
You could have made a fortune. Jerry Dale is calling Ed Sullivan now.
How many times have I told you I don't want you back in show business?
Well, you're in business.
Yes, I know. But this is my last day. Now, I've been thinking it over, and there's poor Larry with no mother to feed him, and Heather with no one to tell her troubles to, and you with no wife to come home to.
Well, I was wrong, Dorothy. Since you've been working, everything's going along great.
That's why I'm coming home.
We sure missed you. The only reason we didn't complain was because we thought this meant a lot to you.
Nothing means more to me than my family.
If you like, you can bring a pet home.
No. I have you, Eddie. Now, you're not angry with me for selling, Mr. Murphy, are you?
Ah, of course not. We had a hassle about billing already. Bye.
I'll see you later at home, dear.
Which one of you is the whistler? Which one is you the whistler? Are you whistling? Which one are you whistling?
Fair Exchange has been brought to you by the Ralston folks of Checkerboard Square, makers of wheat checks, rice checks, and corn checks, with all 3 now in Chex Mates.